Hello, you're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to English News Broadcast. These are the major headlines. 7 patients diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today. Public campaign being carried out in Eritrea subzone. The global COVID-19 cases and vaccination coverage continue to rise. And 20 children killed in a school blaze in Niger. To local news. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 7 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19 and tests carried out today at quarantine centers in Gashbarka, southern and central and southern Eritrea regions. Out of these, 2 patients are from quarantine centers in Tessenei 1 and Golej 1, Gashbarka region. 2 other patients are from the quarantine center in Mendefra, southern region. Likewise, 2 patients are from the quarantine center in Asmara, central region. The last patient is from the quarantine center in Asep, southern Eritrea region. On the other hand, 7 patients will be receiving medical treatment in hospitals in the northern Red Sea, 6 and Ansabas region 1 have fully recovered and are being discharged from these facilities. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly risen to 3,280, while the number of deaths stands at 10. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 3,486. Ministry of Health, Asmara, April 15, 2021. Farmers of 11 administrative areas of Eritrea subzone are engaged in a popular campaign aimed at redressing the environment and preparing farmlands for the coming rainy season. Stating that bountiful harvest is the result of collective and integrated activities, the farmers said they are exerting strong effort in soil and water conservation activities aimed at boosting agricultural production and productivity. Mr. Tasfalidas Gebra Birhan, head of agriculture at Eritrea subzone, said the popular campaign was effectively conducted in Warra, Dak Mahara, Dak Zar'o, Shindewa, Maledi, and Mbadurho administrative areas. He also said that over 14,000 meters of terraces were constructed in the mountains and 140,000 in farming areas in Maledi and Dak Zar'o administrative area. Pointing out that the task involves renovation of diversion canals for dams and microdams. Mr. Tasfalidas also said that so far 3,850 cubic meters of diversion canals have been constructed in Maledi and Dak Mahara administrative areas, and vast areas of farmlands have been prepared and fertilized. Mr. Kaseta Gide, head of economic development, said that soil and water conservation popular campaign is effectively being conducted since January thanks to the strong popular participation, agricultural professionals and administrations. Inhabitants of Umle, Dendalo, Serde, Uberkebre, Garago, and Dungula, Foro subzone, said that basic social service put in place in their area have encouraged village regrouping activities in their areas. Noting that they used to live scattered in mountains and massives, the residents said the construction of Igila Demhina Road has improved socio-economic activities and development of their areas. Also stating that the construction of a health station, 3 elementary and 1 junior schools, as well as 7 water reservoirs in 2019 encouraged the regrouping of villages at a centralized area. The residents called for the implementation of remaining social services. Mr. Zarzgi Namariam, head of social service in the Foro subzone, said the social service has encouraged villages regrouping activities, and thanks to the strong participation of the residents, network of dirt road have been constructed interlinking villages in remote areas of the subzone. He also said that microdams constructed by Adehalo Project Number 4 company are playing significant role in ensuring potable water supply both for humans and livestock. And now back with international news after a short break. Welcome back. The total number of confirmed COVID-19 cases globally surpassed 139 million today, with the death toll nearing 3 million. And the number of recovered patients has exceeded 180 million. This is according to data from World Meters. India has reported a record more than 1,700 COVID-19 cases over the last 24 hours, according to data issued by the Health Ministry, as many hospitals treating coronavirus patients reported severe shortages of beds and oxygen supplies. A top official from the World Health Organization said today that Europe has surpassed 1 million deaths from COVID-19 and warned the situation remains serious in the region, with about 1.6 million new cases reported there each week. The comment by WHO Regional Director for European Hans Clegg aimed to emphasize that Europe must keep up its guard with social distancing and speed up vaccinations as virus variants drive new infections to record levels in some nations. At least 20 students from a nursery school were killed in a fire that ravaged the establishment located in the Nigerian capital, Niamey, this according to local media. Head of the firefighters, Colonel Sidi Mohammed, said 20 classes in straw hats were consumed by the fire, and unfortunately 20 children were killed. The school where the fire started is located on the southeastern outskirts of Niamey, not far from the airport. Prime Minister Muhammadu Mohamud visited the scene and conveyed the government's compassion to the families of the deceased children. European signatories to Iran's nuclear deal expressed grave concern over Iran's decision to boost uranium enrichment to 60%, its highest level ever. The International Atomic Energy Agency said Iran said it will activate 1,024 more IR-1 centrifuge, its oldest first generation of the machines at the Natanz nuclear plant. Iran told the agency the necessary pipeline work was being finalized and that centrifuge would start soon thereafter at Natanz, the IAEA said in a statement. Iran on Tuesday announced it would increase uranium enrichment up to 60%, its highest level ever, in response to a reported attack which knocked out electricity at the site. Iran has blamed Israel for the explosion at its key nuclear site, which came as Tehran was continuing talks with world powers in Vienna over restoring the 2015 nuclear accord, formerly known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. Haitian Prime Minister Joseph Jounth announced that he has resigned as the country faces a spike in killings and kidnappings and prepares for upcoming constitutional referendum and a general election later this year. Jounth, who served as Prime Minister since March 2020, did not provide an explanation for his resignation, but President Jovenel Moïse said a new Prime Minister had been appointed. He said the resignation of the government will make it possible to address the glaring problem of insecurity and continue discussions with a view to reaching the consensus necessary for the political and institutional stability of Haiti. Haiti, the poorest country in the Americas, has been plagued by poverty, insecurity, natural disaster, and the coronavirus pandemic. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.